run to begin with. If you watch when the ball first got snapped, if you watch whenever Brady first got the ball, whenever Brady first got the ball, his eyes went where? His eyes went straight to the left side of the field.
Yeah, because they was in single high, and I'm like, the Packers, you don't play single high against Brady. He's gonna cook you easily.
They should have doubled. They should have the safety. But here's what I'm saying. The Kevin King should have got a little bit physical at the line. As soon as he started running, he should got a little bit physical with him. Then the safety. What you see? Here's how I would have coached Green Bay. I said, look, if somebody's taller than you, okay, you playing corner, right? You get physical, okay. Now while you're getting physical with them, I'm gonna have the safety slide over and be ready to help because now I gotta force Brady to throw the ball somewhere else.
Well, the thing is, he had Brady, like you look at the play, he had two to the right, and he had Mike Evans, and he had Bray over the middle. Bray actually on that play, they ran that play before. Bray, honestly, they ran that play in the wild card game. It's called slot down. Technically, Mike Evans is the number 2 option on that play, and Cameron Bray, that safety was assigned to the slot corner, and they was gonna double. If I'm just saying, even though honestly I agree with that, Desmond King should have, probably got a little more physical, but I don't fault the first touchdown on him. Now the second touchdown is what the crap are you doing looking at the quarterback, it's just the second touchdown game situation. I'm like, that they're not in field goal range. Their job is to protect the sideline. Why are you looking back at the quarterback? Your job is to protect the perimeter, protect the sideline, and he lets, Scotty Miller gets past him for a touchdown that basically put the game away. Because, I said after that, they really didn't have it was just, that's too many mistakes. And then the pass interference, that's just a bad thing. But, I'm just saying the first touchdown, I'm not saying, it wasn't bad technique, on his part for the Mike Evans touchdown. I'm just saying, that's just, it's good defense, but, you know what I say? You know how to say, great defense, but, better offense? I think that was that situation. The last couple plays that he had, if it was any other guy, he would have got cut. That play would have got cut because, that's situational football. You just can't allow that. And the fact is they was playing quarters coverage, which means, that basically meant keep everything in front of you. And, that's just sad, man. But I agree. But I agree with you on everything else. It's just, I just think, it was just better offense by Brady and Mike Evans.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this thing. What do they teach you in football? Never let the receiver go where? Behind you.
Never behind you.
Huh?
So he was behind him, but the thing is,
let him go behind them.
It's not always that. It's only on certain routes. If you're playing, if I'm playing my position, if I'm playing slot corner, if I'm playing in third, so I'm gonna say put myself in Desmond King's position. Okay, so on the first one, I'm playing a third. I know that Mike Evans is gonna go. Mike Evans' goal, Mike Evans was going to the backside of the pylon. The thing is, he's going to the backside of the pylon. My thing is, if I can't really force that angle because one, that might be a pass interference, and two, I don't want to adjust my angle. So what I want to do as a corner, I want to either one, make the catch difficult that he doesn't catch it, or if he does catch it, he's not in bounds, or two, I want to be able to put myself in a position to undercut the pass and everything. What's up, DJ23? Salute to you, bro. So my thing is Desmond King. He got the pass. I'm just saying it's just better offense because Mike Evans is a beast. So I don't fault him on that. Now on the second touchdown, I felt one of my friends he literally broke his TV after that second touchdown because he's like, bro, you are in quarters coverage. You have a third of the field to cover. They're trying to get in the field goal range. They're really not. Brady, see, the thing is, it wasn't even Brady's plan to throw that touchdown. It just happened because this dude decided to get out of the field. But it just happened. In the pass interference, man, you just can't do that. Now, offensively, when you're talking about, like I don't think that Lazard and Valdez Scantling and Equinemi and St. Brown, I don't think those receivers suck. I just think that unlike Devontae Adams, they have to be schemed open. Like Devontae Adams, his route running is so good that he can get open under any defense, any coverage that you're playing. He knows how to get open in anything. With Valdez Scantling and Lazard, they have to be schemed open. Like on that touchdown, you remember that touchdown to Valdez Scantling in the first quarter, right? I mean the second quarter. That 50-yard bomb. So basically, it was a scheme open. Basically, Devontae Adams ran a hitch up, and he ran a hitch up basically, and that was to take out the safety. And once the safety was taken out, Valdez Scantling just had a wheel route to the outside, and he just had to run to the ball. But if it's just 1-on-1 and like he has to beat that safety, get between the corner and the safety, he's not that good and everything. So that's why these other wide receivers outside of Devontae Adams, they have to be schemed open. And what you need, and the problem with that is that Aaron Rodgers trusts Devontae Adams the most, right? He trusts him the most, right?
That's the biggest problem right there.
The thing is, like, if you can't beat your one-on-ones, you're gonna be trouble. Now, in my opinion, on that last drive that they had, they should have ran. Aaron Rodgers, he could have ran for some yardage and everything. And they should have gone for it on fourth down. But I'm like, my thing is, it's like you go for it. The thing is, you go for it and you miss it, okay, and you force a 3-and-out. You're getting the ball back, basically, like with good field position and everything. You're still gonna need a touchdown. My thing is, either way, if you go for it, you're still gonna need a touchdown. My thing is, why would you just purposely give the ball back to Brady? You purposely give the ball back to Brady, like when all he needs is basically a couple of first downs and everything.
You know what? Hey, I can answer the question. I can answer the question real easy. The reason why they gave the ball back to Brady is because they didn't trust in Kevin King's defense. They didn't trust their defense. That's why they gave the ball back, because they get the ball back because if they had just went for it and just ran the clock down, man, if they had went for it and didn't make it, they were not getting the ball back.
Oh no, they didn't
was bad.
They didn't get the ball back anyway. And like I'm saying, like even though Brady threw three second half interceptions, I don't fault him for two of them. The third one, there's one of them I do fault him because I do fault him because he just should have thrown it away. He was trying to bait a sack, he just threw it up. The first one, it was just a misread. The second one, Mike Evans should have caught that. But then again, the Packers, they didn't capitalize off of turnovers and everything. And even if they played again, it's Brady doesn't turn the ball over like that. Like he doesn't even have like a bad game like that or something like that. But in my opinion, what they need to do, they need to go out and get another wide receiver. I'm looking at dudes like, I don't think they can get like a Jamar Chase or a Devontae Smith, but if they can get a Jalen Waddle or something like that, or they can find somebody, if they can trade for somebody, Marvin Jones Jr. Or Ty Montgomery and everything, David Montgomery and everything. If they could trade for a dude that would get them, what's the word? Just that can get open, beat their one-on-ones and everything. They'll be fine. But they got to start, man. The thing is with the Packers, they got to start respecting their quarterback because they disrespected their quarterback this year. They didn't give him no help. They didn't add to him. And basically, he basically was the one that carried this team to the championship. And like the GM's deficiencies, they showed because, everybody's locked in on Devontae Adams. And if Devontae Adams open, who else can beat their one-on-ones? Nobody. I mean, Equinemi and St. Brown, I like him. He got two younger brothers that's going to be in the league next year. I like him, but, like, he dropped a 2-point conversion. And, that and going for the field goal, that's the difference in the game. So,
Oh,
You know,
okay.
they got.
Hey, let me chime in. Let me chime in on this. Okay, so back to what you were saying. Okay, so when I watch the Packers go against the Rams, the reason why the Packers beat the Rams is because the Packers played smart. It's okay. This defense is great. Okay, instead of me coming out here trying to throw these long passes, the Packers went for them 10-yard pass. Most of the, if you watch the game, most of that Packers game versus the Rams, they threw a bunch of 10, 15-yard passes, a whole bunch of short passes. And then what they did was they used Devontae Adams as a decoy to get other guys open. In this
Yeah.
game, in this game right here, they didn't use Adams as a decoy. They threw the ball to Adams over and over and over and over and over and over. And the Packers kept trying to go for them home run passes. The Packers threw too many long passes. Too many. All they had to do when you're playing a defense like this, you don't throw no big giant passes. If you get 5 yards here, 6 yards there, that's fine. But
Yeah.
I thought Green Bay came with the wrong mentality. They came with the mentality that I'm gonna come in here, I'm playing at home, I'm gonna try to get 20 yards per catch, and that was not smart football. As I believe that if Green Bay had played this way against the Rams, they would have lost. Because the Rams had good defense. You get what I'm saying? I thought. Go ahead.
You know, I agree with you on that. It's just my thing is, it's different. It's different. It's different defense. Like the Rams defense, they're basically the thing is what they had to do, they have to stymie the pass rush, and and they ran the ball even though they didn't run for a lot. So there's a play that they ran, and it's called there's a play that they ran. They call it backslide jack, and it's basically where Lazard is basically a halfback draw, and Lazard comes to the second level and blocks the linebacker. And they ran that play 4 different. What's that? You good? Hey, yo, got Mike. You good?
Yeah.
All right. So they ran that play 4 different times. So the first 3 times Lazard came and he did a cutback block in the middle. The 4th time they play action and they came and they play action and Lazard acted like he was gonna block it, and he hitched up. The safety came down and he was butt naked wide open. So the thing is, they didn't run the ball. They didn't run the ball, and you know they didn't expose the fact that the Bucks were playing without their 2 starting safeties. So you know they didn't run the ball. They didn't stay with the run and everything. And then again, you got to give credit to that to Todd Bowles' defense, his pass rush. Shaq Barrett and JPP, man, they wreaked havoc on that offensive line. And part of that was because the Packers couldn't run the ball, and and they was rushing with 4. And the thing is, the difference is if you don't run against the Bucks defense, if you're not balanced, your passing game won't succeed. Like they had Vita Vea back up the middle, he was clogging up the middle and everything. And like although the Packers was moving the ball, it's just they didn't run, they wasn't physical, and they wasn't physical with the Bucks. And the thing is, the Packers in past years they've struggled being physical against physical teams. That's what happened against the 49ers last year twice. They got manhandled last year by the 49ers twice. That's what happened again. That's what happened to them in Atlanta back in 2016 in the NFC Championship. Man, they got to be physical. They don't got a physical O-line. Their defensive line isn't physical, and they got a good secondary, but they're just not physical. That's why I say I had the Bucks winning that game because I said that's not the best. That's not because they had already beat the New Orleans Saints, and the Saints were the only team with the offense and the defense that were perfect. That was a perfect match. So I say you're not facing as elite defense, and they're not going to be as physical with you. So I mean, you might have unless something changed, I didn't see that happening. But they got to get physical, and Coach LaFleur, like you said, man, the dude got to make adjustments, man. If they're taking away my number one receiver, if they're taking my number one receiver everywhere I put him, why didn't he attack the safeties? Because every time the Bucks went in single high, you was going to have single coverage with Lazard. You're going to have single coverage with Valdez-Scantling. Why didn't they consistently attack that? Because they was trying to force feed it to Devontae Adams, and you're going to lose like that.
You see, Now, if they had force faded to Devontae Adams against the Rams, you think they would still beat the Rams like that? They just force feed Adams the ball all game long.
Well, I think it's a different thing because you're facing a different quarterback. Jared Goff ain't on the level as Tom Brady, even though he's
Oh
like
no,
20
I ain't
years.
saying I ain't saying the offense. I'm saying if Aaron Rodgers came out there and said, "You know what? I'm gonna throw the ball to Devontae Adams 65 times."
Oh no,
You think
not like
there's
no,
one like that?
no, like oh no, Jalen Ramsey would have had Jalen Ramsey would have put them on lockdown. The reason why
That's
Devontae
what I'm
Adams got
saying.
them touchdown, the Devontae was used as a decoy and everything, and basically every time Jalen was on Devontae, they went to St. Brown, they went to the other receivers, but every time that Jalen Ramsey wasn't on Devontae, they used him. So it was just, there was balance in everything. They had a balanced attack. And, you saw Aaron Rodgers be a fit. You saw Aaron Rodgers, do well. Like this time it was they tried to force feed Devontae Adams 3 times on two different occasions. And I'm like, bro, man, it's predictable at this point. And the Bucs defense, I'm like, once you give them a little life, they're not the Rams defensive line, but they got a bunch of young players that can hit, and they got a bunch of players that fly to the ball. And you saw they fly to the ball. They might not be the best and everything, the most disciplined, but what I can tell you, man, this defense flies to the ball, man. They're basically it's see ball, get ball. That's how they play.
They ain't show.
And
They ain't show. Look. When I played football in school, whenever I played a team that was like better than my team, we had the mentality that we're not gonna just let you hit us. We're gonna hit back. We're gonna bring the same physicality. You know what? I played for a coach named his name was Donovan, and he always said, look, we gotta bring the same physicality that they're bringing to us. And that's what Green Bay didn't do. Green Bay did not bring the same physicality that the Bucs are bringing. The Bucs basically pumped the Packers at all three levels.
yeah,
Literally,
that's basically what happened.
they ain't show no fight. And if you look at it, Matt LaFleur, he just still on the sideline. He didn't
Hey,
show
yo,
no
DJ
anger.
23, yeah,
Nothing.
click the link, bro. Click the link it should be still in the comments section. If you still got it, I don't know if the link is still there, but you can click the link and you can come in.
Yeah, but Big Cherry didn't show. He didn't show. What's the name?